Hey, what's good about it? You can find Flame here with some Gorgonic stun replays. I got two duels for you guys. These are some duels I had from like I think a week back. I got these like last week while I was like taking a break from packing boxes for my move and stuff like that, and never really had a chance to really record them. But since tomorrow is the day the ban list comes out, so I wanted to get at least one more, like a couple more duels up of pretty much bans because pretty much when that gets announced, I'll be waiting for DevPro to really to update to the brand new list, and I'll be hopping on duels and getting replays, deleting all these duels. See all these duels right here? All of these are going to be deleted when the new list comes out, or I might do it after this. I don't know. Depends on if this comes out correctly, but let's start off with Gorgonic Stun versus Heraldics. Now, in both of these duels, I make some pretty obvious misplays, but to be fair, my head wasn't completely all in the game because, like I said, I was in the process of moving. I was I wasn't 100% in this game, so I do make some obvious misplays here, so I apologize for that in advance, but it just happens when you're not 100%, like, in the game, you're not 100% thinking about things, but he activates the hard drive augmentation, and I go MSC that shit once he discards it because, I like my opponent is going -1 in the hand. So I'm not a big fan of the field spell. Like, Heraldics, in my opinion, don't really need the field spell, so I'm not, like, the biggest fan of it. So, he activates Heritage Change, and Special Message 20 Ego, negating my Guardian's attack. It's kind of like their little battlefield, and reveal the Crystal Skull, I believe, instead of, anything else, because it's the Crystal Skull, so why not? So, he gets his Ring of Magic Numerous Force, and I have a face down, Treasure Tribute, and Forbidden Lance. So I get another koa'ki Guardian, and go ahead and just attack into the Twin Eagle. I didn't really want to summon anything else in case in case of like a tribute, and I didn't want to lose two Guardians. I didn't think that would have been really good. So again, I reveal Crystal Skull just to keep him at bay, just figuring out what the heck is going on here. So he still really can't make any major plays. So I get the macro costumes. I'm making the one macro because the deck isn't really affected by it. The only card it really affects is Crystal Skull. Other than that, everything else is good. So I feel getting the Crystal Skull just because, I can't. I want to reveal that Crystal Skull. I don't want to really fully reveal what I'm playing yet. I want to make it feel like I'm playing like a Chronomaly Roxanne type of deck. So he goes for the Advanced Heritage Art, and I should have seen this coming, but I didn't. I go for the Macrocosmos just because, and he goes to Rank Up Magic Numerous Force, which I should have seen coming, but at the same time I didn't, so that negates my Guardian's effects and my Macros effect. And I could have used that, but I didn't really know if the effect would still go through, because I know it activates and resolves, I know it resolves in Grave, but there's some things that can't actually negate the Guardian's effect in Grave, so I wasn't sure, so I had to let the damage go through, and I didn't want a replay to actually occur. So I try to use Guardian's Effect, Guardian's Effect, but he activates the Heritage Record, which kind of sucks. What can you do with that? If it wasn't Come Out Trap, I'd have the Lance to save it, but I didn't, so that was kind of a bummer there, and that was kind of one of the outs I had for a victory. So he had something to Aberconway. I Treasure Tribute, and the reason I didn't Torrential when this was summoned was because of the fact that when he summoned his Chaos 39 through Numerous Force, it didn't let me activate. So I don't know if that's something on Numerous Force or a glitch in the game, because he was asking me that, and I just told him like I couldn't activate. Otherwise I would have. So I go for the Pine Duality just to deck then, since I'm definitely not gonna be special making the center, but I get the T-Roar, the Mirror Force, and the Deep Prison, and I go ahead and go for the Mirror Force for the Mass Destruction, because I do like that Mass Destruction, and I felt like Deep Prison, it was good, but I didn't feel like it was really necessary right now, so I just set the Mirror Force in my turn, revealing one of my Gorgonic Golems in my hand, just to, nice, kind of have an idea what I'm playing, but at the same time, not really. It's probably, what is he playing? So it goes for the Heritage Reborn, and he normal summons the Falcon, and he actually goes for the Jin, which is a pretty good safe play, because if he went for Chidori, I wouldn't negate to a Guardian. If he went for anything else to try to power through my monster, I had Mirror Force face down, which you knew, or I had Lance as well. So there's no telling exactly what, I was going to do. So I just summoned Gorgonic Golem and just enter to see what he's actually going to do. So he summons up his Herodic Beast, Yugioh, and goes and tries to attack into my Guardian because he needs to get this off the field. But I do lance it because I didn't want to waste Mirror Force on one card. I'd rather save that for something else. So he does get the Searcher Leo, but at the same time, I keep my Guardian for effects, and I could have negated it, but I felt like I wanted it for something else. That's the reason I didn't negate with the Guardian. So I normal summon my Gorgonic Golem, go for the 10 tempo, use the effect to pretty much detach off of the Degen, and it kind of sucked that, I wasn't strong enough. I could have gone for the Salmon plus Guardian, go for the Black Ship, but I wanted to keep Guardian for its negation effects. To go for the Degen, just flip my Degen to defense mode, activates that effect, and I go ahead and use Guardian's effect to negate the Eagle's effect. To get that out of the way. I don't want Eagle doing any of that stuff. And he could try to go battle phase, but he could have rammed into my Degen if he wanted to, but oh well, what can you do? So I get the T-Roar, and I set that, and I flip it in attack mode, and I don't know why. So I was thinking, oh, I can use the effect again. Oh wait, he has no materials. I wasn't completely in this game. I'm sorry. Again, I apologize in advance. So he attacks into my Degen, and I don't know why I didn't use Mirror Force. I think I meant to use T-Roar beforehand, but I didn't. So that was kind of my bad there. Like I said, I wasn't completely in this game, so... But I do have the stamina to get over the Degen, so that does help out there. So attack for that 100 points of damage, and that is all she wrote there for the all-powerful Salmon. And I do reveal my Gorgonic Gargoyle in my hand. So I sort of have more setup for future Exceed plays. So he summons up his Abercrombie, flips up his Bernard's Falcon, exceeds into the Black Ship. That really does suck, but oh well. What can you do there? Abercrombie's effect adds a Leo back to his hand, which is a pretty good move on his part. It ends his turn. I have a Universe T-Roar face down, not too worried. I have my Gorgonic Gargoyle, which is awesome. So, since I no longer have to try to protect Sandman from this effect, I now go for rank 3 exceed for my Gorgonic Guardian. Use the effect to make his attack go down to 0, negate its effects, and attack for 1600 points of damage. That's all I'm really going to do. But yeah, this Macrocosmos is going to sit on the field, but like I said, I didn't really see New Orleans Force coming. Like, it was one of those, like, what the fuck? So, he draws a new guy. I'm trying to pronounce his name. He uses his effect to add a EL to his hand. Normally, some Aberconway, especially his EL, he really could have gone for double Exceed here, because he does have that Basilisk. And here he makes a very big misplay. He did not realize that my Gorgonic activates during either player's turn, so he attacked and ended up killing his own number 101. What he really should have done was bait out my Gorgonic's effect by using his effect. That way I would have been forced to use mine to negate his effect, and he would have had a 2100 attack power monster on his field. That would not have been good. So he hits one of my Mirror Forces, and Abercrombie's effect to add Leo to his hand. I have the T-Roar, I have the Mirror Force. I go ahead and T-Roar because he was about to go battle phase, so I T-Roared just so I can protect my Guardian, and he adds the his second Eagle to his hand. So I get my Compulse, which is freaking awesome! Set the Compulse and turn. Just keep Guardian attack. It's got 1200 defense. I don't want anything, with that to, I don't want anything to destroy this thing. So he goes for the Eagle, flips up his Basilisk finally, goes for the Utopia. I compulse Utopia back to his extra deck, because I see what's coming now. Like, he's gotta have that Numerous Force, which you can see he does, so I compulse and not let that thing get on the field. And I get the Quackamira Wall, so I can finally get over that EL. Like, finally. Yeah, finally, it was some pretty annoying stuff, and attacked for 1600. Yes, Wall will go to grave, but, EL's in grave, and, that way, if you top deck a level for a monster, you can't just concede once again. So, it's choose the Bottomless, and he surrenders because he can't do anything, but it's a pretty close game. Now, Gorgonic versus DD. Different dimension, which doesn't really hurt my deck all too much, because, again, I'm main decking, Macrocosmos, so it doesn't really hurt my deck at all. I see I got, like, Double Wall, Crystal Bones, Macro Phoenix Chain, and he starts off with a Banisher, which is like, fuck. Not really, because, like I said, it doesn't really do much to me. So some of my koa'ki Mirror Wall to try to bait out the background and possibly maybe run over the Banisher, but does get de-imprisoned, so that does kind of suck. So main phase 2, set macros, set the finishing in Solemn Warning in turn. The reason I set macros is because that way, if he destroys macros in MST, I really since it's not really going to hurt his deck at all. It's going to benefit him. So I'd rather hit my Macrocosmos, my finishing, or my warning. So he attacks for 1800, and I just take it all like a champ. I take all the damage. All the damage. Like a champ, and that's all she really wrote. So I get the Kwame Sandman. And I go ahead and normal summon Wall, just, because in case he has a spell card, he'll have to, try to get around it through spell, but I hit the Banisher just because I don't want that thing on the field. I don't want him to start looping me with the Survivor. That won't be good at all. So, he actually gets another Banisher, which is pretty crazy. We actually mind control, and I am forced to negate this. Like, no, you are not getting that off. I'm sorry there, good sir. Goes for the Banisher, and I'm thinking in my head, fuck. But I take all the damage. I take all because I wanted to see Fiendish Chain for something else. And now my warning is now sort of dead. I probably should have warned the Banisher, but I miscalculated the life points, so that was, kind of my bad there. But go for Duality, get the Gorgonic Golem, the MST, and a Gorgonic Gargoyle. Which I add the Gargoyle because it's good for, for later on the line. Summon the Kwakumu Sandman and attack into the Radiance. That thing's gotta go. I don't want that thing on field. And I reveal the Gargoyle I just added though. So I'm showing him that one so that way he doesn't really know what's going on. And he goes and sacks for the Kaias. You try to use the fact to get rid of my Sandman. I have the Fiendish Chain set. Say, Bob, nope, Kaias, you shall not pass. You shall not do any of that stuff. GG, get out of here, Kaias. You do not belong on this earth, this field, anywhere in the universe. So I get another Gorgonic, which is pretty nice. So I normal summon the Crystal Bones, special summon Gargoyle with this effect. Then I exceed into the Gorgonic Guardian, use the effect to reduce him to 0 since he still is an effect monster. I can use that, so that's pretty nice. So attack for 1600 and then 1900 direct. So all worked out in the end. It all worked out in the end. In hindsight, I probably should have warned the Banisher, but I would have taken more damage if I did that. But at the same time, I probably could have lost if I didn't, so it's one of those hit or miss type of moments there with the warning. So I get the Crystal Skull. And I go ahead and attack with the Gorgonic Guardian first into the DD Assailant. And I go ahead and attack with Sandman just to get that off the field because I'm afraid of like another Kaias. I can't take another Kaias. Like, I can't. I have nothing to stop Kaias. So I did that just to get rid of that damn thing. So he ends his turn with a set Bomb Trap Hole. And I get my Dark Hole, which is pretty nice. So I just go and attack for 1600 because of the fact that I don't know what his face down is. I'd rather bait out a Deep Prison or Mirror Force than maybe a Torrential if I summon a monster, because that wouldn't be good, because then I'll be left with no monsters. And he can freely attack me. So, goes for the Winning Piece to protect himself, which this thing is being splashed into everything. Just, oh my god, the card's annoying. Like, it's splashed into everything. You can play Winning Piece in anything. It's pretty much the new pot of greed. So, I have my turn, no battle damage, there's no point. And he gets his DD Assailant, which he goes in and normal summons. They're trying to get rid of my Gorgonic Guardian. And I could have used the effect, but I said just go ahead and Mirror Force that just to get the Assailant out the way because I don't really want that on my field. And in face base, I found hitting the Bottomless, which was a pretty cool hit in my opinion. So I get the Gorgonic Golem, and I attack for 1600, and I'm surprised I didn't Mirror Force there. But the reason I didn't, again, summon is because I didn't want to hit a Torrential. I didn't want to run to a Tribute, because that is a card still. So it goes for the Soul Release, and banishes all of his monsters. Which, I was thinking, oh shit, he's got that DD Dynamite or something, to burn me to death. And I was thinking, oh, I'm going to lose my burn. My god, it's going to suck. But go and attack for the 1600, and he does end up Mirror Forcing now to get rid of my monster. Didn't really care at that point in time, because I go to normal summon the Gorgonic Golem, use Gargoyle's effect to special summon it. Then we're going to go for a Levy of the Siege. I can use Levy's effect to bring back the wall to try to prevent any spells from activating. in turn reveal one of my wrong types. I probably should have just gone for the Gargoyle, but you know, I wanted to make sure I didn't get hit by Dark Hole or something like that. It had nothing to protect me from Dark Hole. But anyway, those were the Gorgonic stun decks, duels. So, hope you guys enjoyed them, and more replays to come, and more replays to be started after the Dev Pro updates with the new list and stuff like that. So, there'll be a little bit gap between replays, but they will start back up probably in the next couple of weeks. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoy these replays, and I'll see you guys next time.